This is the next video on the error for calculating the error for divisions and error for powers. How to solve the divisions and powers and what answer we are getting. Are we get the answer in terms of relative error or we get the answer in terms of absolute error. So till now my dear, I will repeat once again. In sum and in differences, the answers, the maximum error in terms of absolute error. I will jot down at the end. And in terms of product, the maximum error which occurred while calculation through theory, my dear, it is in terms of relative error. By theory, our theory, this is the reason why we are doing the theory, to understand which error occurred in what cases. So now let us check out in powers which kind of an errors occurred, and in divisions also. So here, my dear, z can be written as z plus minus delta z. Now till now you understood this is a proper form. Here z is a true value of this physical quantity z, true value, and plus minus delta z is the absolute error in the measurement of z, is equal to, this can be written as p plus minus delta p divided by, this is q plus minus delta q. It's carrying power 1, even this carrying power 1, my dear. What is P? P is a true value in the measurement of physical quantity P, and plus minus delta P is the absolute error in the measurement of P. Similarly, Q is a true value of the measured physical quantity Q, is a true value, and delta Q, plus minus delta Q, is the absolute error in the measured physical quantity Q. Okay? Okay. Now let's go to the next step. This can be written as z plus minus delta z is equal to, this is, say I have taken p common, so here it is 1 plus minus delta p divided by p power 1, and p I have taken common. So if I take p common, inside it will be 1, but here there is no p, so delta p will be divided by p to balance the equation, to balance this. Divided by, say I have taken here q common. This is 1 plus minus, q is taken out, so here it is 1 plus minus, here delta q will be get divided by q. To balance the equation, it is 1. I hope it is clear. So now my dear, the next step is, this is z plus minus delta z is equal to p by q, and this is written as 1 plus minus delta p by p whole power 1 into, this is 1 plus minus delta q by q whole power minus 1, because you all know that since 1 upon x square is equal to x power minus 2. So 1 plus minus delta q by q, if I wish to take up, it will be written as 1 plus minus delta q by q whole power minus 1, and this will remain in 1 because this is in numerator, but I took this term in numerator, so the power 1 will become minus. I hope this step is clear. Now look at the next step. Now my dear, here what you are supposed to do, there is one concept, and what is that concept? P by q, you can see in the question itself, P by q is z, and this is so common, sir, P by Q is Z, we can put here as Z, no issue. But my dear, here it is 1 plus minus delta Q by Q, 1 plus minus delta Q by Q whole power minus 1. You can see here, this value, here this is some small concept you have to take care of. And what is that small concept? Try to understand. We call that as binomial. We call that as binomial kind of concepts, binomial expressions concepts. What is that, my dear? Read it. If I say, यहाँ पे since 1 plus minus look at this concept carefully. This is very important one. 1 plus minus delta q by q whole power minus 1 is there. Because here it is power 1, everybody understood, sir, answer will remain same. But here it is power minus 1. So now what to do? Because if the answer is x power 1, sir, answer is x only. So this is not an issue. Issue is this. So here, my dear, there is one concept. This is 1 plus minus, or I write the formula here. This is 1 plus minus x. 1 plus x, suppose it is there. Power minus 1. If my value, the answer for this will become 1, and this minus 1 will come here. So the answer will become minus 1, entire minus 1, this plus become minus, this plus become minus, my dear. So this become minus 1 into x. If it is n, my dear, say it is minus n. So the answer will be 1 minus nx. This minus n entirely come here down, and it will be plus n, minus will become minus, and this will become minus nx. But here, what is the rule? This is apply only when x is less than 1. This concept we apply only when x is, this value x is less than 1. अगर ये x का value 1 से कम है, तो सर ये concept apply होता है called binomial. Please. Here, my dear, how can I say, sir, here, therefore, 1 plus minus delta q by q, this, you can see here, whole power minus 1, you can see whole power minus 1, whole power minus 1 here can be written as 1, this is minus and this is plus, so answer will become minus, and this is minus and this is minus, answer will become plus. 1 into delta q by q. 1, and then by rule, minus n get multiplied here, similarly here also this minus 1 come down. So this will be minus and plus, minus, and here it is plus sign, answer will become minus, and minus, answer will become plus, and this 1 will get multiplied to this. So here the answer will become 1 minus plus delta q by q. And here also, my dear, since delta q by q, I apply this method because delta q by q is less than 1. Why apply this rule? Because why I apply this rule? Because, sir, delta q by q, yes, I shown in my previous topic here, previous video, कि sir, delta q is the error and q is the true value. True value is very high as compared to error. So जब denominator बहुत high है, if you can see, say error is 0.5 and the true value is 5, the answer is coming 0.1. So the 0.1 is quite less than 1. So if it is less than 1, the formula is using a binomial concept. Here I have used 1 plus x power minus n can be written as minus n will become on this side. It become 1 and plus minus become minus. So it will become 1 minus nx. But this is apply only when the value of x is less than 1. So similarly here also, my dear, the value of delta q by q is less than 1. So I apply the concept of binomial. This minus 1 will come here. So plus and minus become minus, and minus become plus, and this 1 will get multiplied to this number. If here it is 2, if here it is 2, then here it will be 2 get multiplied. I hope it is clear. Example, if it is 1 plus minus delta q by q whole power minus 2, suppose, then what will be the answer? This is, sir, 1 minus and plus become minus, minus and minus become plus. This is 2 into, this entire 2 will get come here. This 2 into delta q by q will be the answer. So the answer of this will be 1 minus plus 2 delta q by q. But again, my dear, since delta q by q is less than 1, then only you are doing this. This answer, this delta q by q, the value of that is less than 1, then we are applying such cases, applying such method called binomial expressions. So the here answer will be 1 minus 2 delta q by q. But here the power is minus 1, so answer will be nothing but, sir, when here minus 1 will be get multiplied, and answer will be 1 minus plus delta q by q. But when power is minus 2, answer will be 1 minus plus 2 delta q by q. So on. This is the same method I will use for the power also. Same thing. If power is n, I multiply with n. But the power is carrying minus n. So here it will minus n get multiplied together. Minus n and minus n plus, because here it is plus. As soon as this minus n came here, the minus plus become minus and n get multiplied to x, answer will be this. But this method we are applying only when the x value is less than 1, which is very true, sir. Here delta q by q, the answer of this must be less than 1, because q is a true value and delta q is the error value. In my previous video I have shown that denominator is very high and numerator is very less. Answer will be less than 1. Please watch the video carefully. So this is what the example, my dear, I have given you all. So here I am rubbing this. So here point 1, the example which I am getting, point 1, which is less than 1. Point 1, the answer of this is point 1, and the point 1 is quite less than 1, and therefore, sir, you apply this method. Because here delta q by q ka answer will be, q is a true value, denominator is very high, numerator is less. Answer will be, the answer of this will be less than 1. Answer of this will be less than 1, sir, and therefore you can apply such rules, such method called binomial expression. The power directly get multiplied along with their sign. The power directly get multiplied with the term along with their sign, with that term which is less than 1. I hope it is clear, my dear. So now let us go further to solve this. So this is all is the concept. So now what will be the answer, my dear, here? This is z. This is z. Z plus minus delta z is equal to, this is P by Q, I am writing the step again, P by Q, this is 1 plus minus delta P by P whole power 1 into, this is 1 plus minus delta Q by Q whole power minus 1. So now the step will be, this is Z plus minus delta Z is equal to P by Q is Z. From the topic P by Q is Z. This is 1 plus minus delta P by P. As the power is 1, it will remain the same. Into, this will written as 1 and plus, and this minus 1 will multiply, because the answer of this is this. This is 1 minus plus, minus plus minus, and minus plus. And this 1 gets multiplied to this, and answer will be delta Q by Q. I have written here the answer of this step. So now when I solve this, I will get Z. Now let us multiply 1 with 1. So here it is 1, and then it is minus plus. 1 get multiplied to this number, expansion, delta Q by Q. plus minus delta p by p get multiplied to 1, delta p by p into 1, and here it is, my dear, plus minus delta p by p into delta q by q. That is the multiplication of this with this. This is the answer, my dear. So now here, my dear, when I go further, this is z plus minus delta z is equal to z 1 minus plus delta q by q plus minus delta p by p plus minus, my dear, delta p by p into delta q by q. I have repeated the step as it is. It is given here. I have repeated the step. Now, my dear, here I will do this afterward. Here, dividing this entire, dividing the left hand side and the right hand side terms by z. By z. So here, dividing left hand side and right hand side terms with by z, that is by true value, what I will get? This is z by z, every terms, plus minus delta z by z is equal to z by z, because z is in the common, my dear, so I have divided by z, and now no need, because everything is multiplied to this, so I have to divide once only so that I can balance the equation. So I already divide the z here, because this z is multiplied to every term, so once this will be get divided, everything will be get divided, and this is here 1 minus plus delta q by q plus minus delta p by p plus minus delta p by p into delta q by q. So now, my dear, here I hope it is clear. This is 1 plus minus delta z by z is equal to 1. This is 1 minus plus delta q by q plus minus delta p by p plus minus delta p by p into delta q by q. I hope it is clear, beta. So now here, let's go to the next step. Since I already taught you in the previous topic, since delta p by p into delta q by q, since delta p by p into delta q by q are very small. I told you na in my previous topic, previous video, कि delta p by p, sir, p is true value and q is true value. Denominator is so high that delta p by p is very small, delta q by q is very small. जब उसका multiply करेंगे तो और small हो जाएगा. Hence neglected. Hence neglected. So now what will be the answer, my dear? The answer will be 1 plus minus delta z by z is equal to 1, because 1 when multiply, no issue beta, I can open now, minus plus delta q by q plus minus delta p by p. This is neglected. Now 1 and 1 cancel. So now, my dear, the same concept. Again, I hope the answer is in terms of relative error. So nice topic. Again, the answer in terms of relative error, my dear. See. So here, my dear, to get maximum possible relative error, how I came to know it is relative error? Sir, it is absolute error divided by true value. Absolute error divided by true value I am getting on left side. Absolute error divided by true value, right hand side first term, absolute error divided by true value, the second term. Everything is in relative error. So to get maximum possible relative error, delta Z, delta P and delta Q must have same sign, same concept. सबका साइन सेम होना चाहिए तो ही एरर मैक्सिमम होगा. So here Chaube sir, when you apply this, therefore my dear, I hope you can clear. Now I am rubbing this. So when I get this bacho, what will happen here? You can see, again I am getting the answer either in this way also, and look at it. So delta Z, delta P, delta Q must have same sign. So if I take a plus sign, so in plus it is plus delta Z by Z is equal to, here also I have to take plus only, plus delta P by P plus delta Q by Q, or look at the next one. If I select the minus sign also, I will get the answer to the same place. Or minus delta Z by Z is equal to minus delta P by P minus delta Q by Q. All have same sign. So if I took minus common, this is delta Z by Z is equal to minus common here. This is delta P by P plus delta Q by Q. Minus and minus cancel, my dear. Again the answer, maximum possible error is coming, relative error is coming. Delta Z by Z is equal to delta P by P plus delta Q by Q. So I shown this answer either by keeping minus sign or by keeping plus sign. The answer is remains same. You can see. So this is the concept for division, my dear. And the answer is this only. Now let us see the errors for powers beta, how to calculate, and final answer what is other. Again I will getting a relative error or absolute error. In what terms we are getting the answer? Look at this. Z is equal to P power n. So now the proper form of the Z is a true value plus minus error in Z is equal to, this is the P is a true value plus minus delta P is the error in P whole power n. Now my dear, here I can go further. This is Z plus minus delta Z, same method, P taken common. So this is 1 plus minus delta P by P. As soon as P taken common, here it is 1 and delta P will be get divided by P whole power n. Now I hope, my dear, you all tell clear. This is Z plus minus P and this is P is having a power n. So no doubt when I take common, this is P power n will be common. P power n is common because here P के power में n है. So when I took out, I will take P power n bar and inside it will be 1 plus minus delta P by P whole power n. Then only it is P power n. So here P power n is taken out because sir, the term P is not alone here. There is a power n. So when I took common, P power n is taken common. Take care. So this is Z plus minus delta Z is equal to P power n. You can see P power n is Z. So this is Z and this is 1 plus minus. This n will get multiplied here. It will be n delta P by P. Since 1 plus x power n is written as 1 plus n. This n will come multiply and that means x. 1 plus nx. But when we apply this rule, when x is less than 1. So similarly here delta p by p. Since here my dear, this value, since delta p by p is less than 1, of course sir, because in denominator it is true value and numerator error. So answer will be much less than 1 because denominator is higher. So we can apply this rule called binomial. So this is called using binomial. So here I can say using binomial. Concept. So why I am applying this bar every time, bache? Because this term delta p by p is quite less than 1 and therefore sir this n get directly multiplied to this terms. Now here my dear, again dividing throughout, by z. So here I will get, when I divide throughout by z my dear, what the answer I am getting, look at it. The answer here is z by z plus minus delta z by z is equal to z by z, and here it is 1 plus minus n delta p by p. So here it is 1 plus minus delta z by z is equal to here also 1 plus minus delta p, 1 plus minus n delta p by p. I hope it is clear. When I open this is 1 plus minus delta z by z. It is 1 multiplied to this, answer will remain same. It is 1 plus minus n delta p by p. Now my dear, 1 and 1 cancel. So here it is my dear, delta z by z is equal to n plus minus n delta p by p is the maximum possible relative error once again relative error in power concept. So it is n delta p by p. So easy. So now my dear, let us use this all concept together. Here is the important point. Number one, what is important point? Whenever there is sum of two physical quantity, whenever there is sum of two physical quantity, there is an maximum possible absolute error. There is maximum possible absolute error in measurement given by delta z is equal to delta A plus delta B. There is maximum possible absolute error, bache. There is no relative error. There is a possible absolute error in some concepts. Am I clear? And it possesses unit. This absolute error possesses unit. It possesses unit same as of फिजिकल क्वांटिटी. Who possess unit? Absolute error के पास यूनिट होगा सर, बिकॉज A के पास यूनिट है, B के पास यूनिट है, so it is A plus B, so it possess unit same as of physical quantity. Who possess? Absolute error possess the unit same as of physical quantity. If it is in ohm, it is in ohm. The absolute error which is calculated, that is also in ohms. If it is in degree Celsius, it is in degree Celsius. The absolute error which is calculated is also in degree Celsius. So that's what absolute error possess. Absolute error possess unit same as of physical quantity. Am I clear, my dear? Similarly, my dear, let's go to the next one. Whenever there is difference of two physical quantity, there is a maximum possible absolute error in measurement. There is a maximum possible absolute error. Again, here also there is a maximum possible absolute error in the measurement. Given by here, my dear, I am writing delta Z is the maximum possible absolute error, and that is answer delta A plus delta B. Because here the maximumity is obtained only when the delta Z, delta A, delta B all have a same sign. I hope it is clear. So even I put minus, 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 and I took minus common, again the answer will be the plus only. Why? Because we want maximum. So maximum error occurred only when Z, A, B, error in Z, error in A, error in B all have same sign. So when I took all same sign, of course final answer will come with this, because I show you in the previous topics also. If I put minus delta Z, minus delta A, minus delta B, my dear, minus will taken common, again the answer will be this. So here the important concept is for maximum possible error, delta Z, delta A and delta B must have same sign, and hence, my dear, when you solve, the answer will be always plus. I have shown this all. I hope it is clear. Is that clear, my dear? Now let's go to the next one. This will be third one. This is very important, huh? They have same sign, and that's what I have shown. So this is delta A plus minus delta B. So if I take plus minus, so if I took here also plus minus delta A, here also minus plus delta B, while solving this I was showing. So if I take plus plus plus, answer will delta Z will be in plus. If I take minus minus minus, answer of delta Z will be in minus. But again the A and B will get added up. Now minus 5 minus 3, answer is minus 8. Minus 5 minus 3, answer is minus 8. And that minus is occurred with delta Z. मतलब delta Z भी minus में, delta A भी minus में, delta B भी minus में, और error maximum रहेगा. Ultimately answer A plus B हो रहा है. Please, Khushi, take care of this topic. You asked me about this. Now the third one is, my dear, for division or multiplication of powers. Whenever there is product or division of two physical quantity, not two, can be three also, of physical quantity, then there is maximum possible relative error, my dear. There is maximum possible, come on, relative error. Am I clear? An absolute error possesses unit same as of physical quantity, but relative error is, my dear, you can see error of quantity divided by the same quantity. So relative error will be unitless because this is error in quantity. Divide by true value of quantity. ऊपर भी सेम क्वांटिटी, नीचे भी सेम क्वांटिटी, न्यूमरेटर डिनोमिनेटर. सो रिलेटिव एरर का जितना भी कंसेप्ट्स है, मल्टीप्लिकेशन, डिवीजन, पावर्स, माय डियर, इट इज यूनिटलेस. देयर इज नो यूनिट टू बी मेंशन्ड. So whenever there is a product or division of physical quantity, there is a maximum possible relative error given by delta z by z is equal to delta a by a plus delta b by b. Here maximum possible relative error do not possess any unit. Do not possess any unit, my dear. Take care of this statement, that here the maximum possible relative error which I have calculated, they do not possess any unit. And the last one, my dear, the point number 4, whenever there is power over physical quantity, whenever there is power over physical quantity, that time what you are supposed to do, my dear, then there also it is maximum possible relative error only. Given by delta z by z, given by delta z by z is equal to n into delta a by a. This is the answer for, and this is the answer for if z is equal to a power n. If z is equal to a power n, then maximum possible relative error will be delta z by z is nothing but n into delta a by a. Please take care of this. So this is all about the video on these topics, my dear. Now let us proceed for the numerical. Now I will do the 3-4 numericals based on all these topics. And here I am ending up it. Tomorrow I will upload the NCERT numericals on this exercise. Completely from all the topics I will upload the NCERT numericals. Every day I will upload 5 to 6 numericals for you all, my dear. In this way I will complete all NCERT numericals. And tomorrow in my June class I will start with the motion in a straight line. Thank you all. Jai Hind you all.